All right, man. Let's get to it, man. Let's get to it, man. All right, man. Wake up, wake up, wake up, man. Anthony Glenn, buy and hold investor out of sunny Southern California. Welcome to the show, guys. Ladies and gentlemen, we are rocking on the ones and twos. I am ready to go. So put a fire emoji in the chat, guys, if you guys are ready for the Winning Real Estate Show. Today, we're going to be talking about a bunch of stuff. I got so much stuff to uncover. Check this out. Today, guess what we have, okay? Number one, we got Elena Cardone that we're going to be interviewing on Thursday. All right, we got the VA Loan Masterclass with Veteran Wealth Formula with Grant Cardone on Saturday. All right, and today we're going to be telling you guys how to save some money with the VA Home Loan Benefit. And also, we're also going to be telling you guys how to build your real estate business. Let's freaking go. Put a fire emoji in the chat if you guys are ready to rock out on the ones and twos. I am your host, Anthony Glenn. I'm a buy and hold investor in sunny Southern California. Today, we're going to be rocking out and kicking it like a sensei with my friends Ian Jensen. I got Samantha on the stage, real estate investors. Guys, listen, we got a lot of stuff to cover today. I'm super excited. Earlier today, I was on TikTok. TikTok kicked me off. All right. The reason why TikTok kicked me off earlier today, man, is because I was driving on the live. You know what I'm saying? I shouldn't be doing that, right? So they got me. But now I'm in my studio and I'm ready to rock out, man. Now, listen, check this out. For those of you that are in the listening lounge, go ahead and raise your hand, guys, because I got a lot of stuff to cover. Okay. I got a lot of stuff to cover. Okay, so if you guys have any questions or comments, please raise your hand. Get as many people on stage as possible. You already know, guys, that what's up, Jacob? How you doing, man? Good to see you. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I am going to be rocking out and kicking this stuff just like I did last time. There's so much information that I'm going to be talking about today. I hope you guys are ready for the show. Without further ado, Ian Jensen, can you tell the people who you are and what you do, please?
Hey, good morning, everybody. My name is Ian Jensen. I'm a real estate investor, real estate agent, and all-around cool guy down here in Southern California. Ready to do everything we can to help you out, help you guys out. Let's get some wins in real estate today. All right, everybody. I want to thank you for coming in. If you're new to the room, make sure you're following the house, follow the mods, because we are here every Tuesday and Thursday to give this good information. And we also guest host on the Mortgage Syndicate every Wednesday at 0600 Pacific time. So let's kick it. Over to you, Tony.
All right, Ian, can you do me a favor and put the actual YouTube link at the top, please? Okay, put the YouTube link at the top. Guys, if you guys want to see what I'm doing, because I know you guys are going to want to see some of the stuff that I'm doing. I'm live across different social media platforms, guys. So if you guys are on the live and you want to see my calculator, because we're going to be talking about winning in real estate, $1 million secrets, man. So listen to me. If you guys are on the space, if you guys were on my live earlier today, I got something to show you guys. So click the link above my head. You guys will see. You know what this is? Guess what this is, guys? Guess what these three things are right here. You could see, okay? It says, all right, it says, this is a W-2. Two of these are for my kids. Now, the reason why I have these things here and I have these W-2s for my children is today we're going to be talking about how to build a real estate empire, how to build a business, how to leverage your business. And I'm going to be talking about real estate nuggets and hacks that anyone can learn from today. Are you guys ready to go, man? Put a fire emoji in the chat if you guys are ready to rock out on the ones and twos, man, because I'm ready to go. Okay, so let's get started. Okay, so for those of you that are on Clubhouse, click the link above my head, get in the YouTube channel. Okay, and you guys are going to learn something today. All right. So now let's get started with this. Okay, so Samantha, you have properties. Can you tell me where your properties are located at? Like, what states do you have your properties in? I can't hear Samantha, guys. Okay, Ian, can you talk back on Clubhouse, please?
I'm right here on Clubhouse.
Oh, Samantha, we can't hear you. I would drop yourself down. Okay, go down to the audience, remove yourself, move, and then come back in the room. Sometimes Clubhouse gets a little wacky. Raise your hand and come back up. I'm gonna invite you back to the stage, and then you guys can come back up. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm talking about millionaire real estate secrets that everybody should know. Put a fire emoji in the chat if you guys are ready for me to kick it. All right, so what I have here, okay, I'm gonna start with, okay, hiring your children, okay? hiring your kids in your real estate business. Now I'm gonna do a couple of things that's a little bit unorthodox. Okay. And today we're going to be talking about, okay, millionaire real estate secrets that everybody should know. Okay. So put a fire emoji in the chat if you're rocking on the ones and twos with me.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, we can hear you loud and clear. Okay. So where are your properties located at?
Okay. So we have currently 8 in Florida and 1 in Colorado, but the one in Colorado will eventually move into, and 1 in Florida we are in the process of selling. And so it's going to be 7, and they're all in the Panhandle because we were at Navy Air Station, Pensacola, and Whiting Field because my husband was a pilot. Well, he's still a pilot. He's just not flying right now.
Okay. All right. So she has 7 properties. Let's use her for a case study. Thank you, Samantha, for popping in. Let's use Samantha as a case study. All right. So Samantha, okay, how are you guys running the income? Can I use you for a second? Because I know you're part of our team and you're not going to get, you don't mind.
Yeah, of course.
Okay. So tell me how you have that money coming into your, tell me how you have the funds coming into your,
They are all, we do everything through a property manager that we trust in the Panhandle. It's Progo. And that's what inspired me to become a realtor, was because I was using the same realtor all the time and giving her referrals all the time. And then I'm like, I can do this. Anyways, so it's all through a property management company. And so we have direct deposit into our bank account, and then it's all through the app that property management uses, so that it's completely passive. We're here in California. We're selling that property without ever going to Florida. We've bought 2 in the last year. We've 1031 exchanged, 1 from Michigan to
but too much. You gotta give me a little bit. We gotta feed the people a little bit at a time. Okay. Now let's okay. All right. Samantha will give you the whole real estate play, man. Okay. So let's go. Now I have a couple of questions for that scenario. Do you have all of the money coming into your, do you have all of the money coming into one account?
Yes, we keep it all in one account. We keep enough overhead in case of like a hurricane for the insurance deductible on each one, in case a hurricane wipes them all out.
Okay. All right. So now the reason why I'm asking these questions is because now there's a million and one ways to do these things, right? But I like Samantha because she is a savvy real estate investor. But all I'm doing is I'm being complimentary to what she has set up. Okay. So Samantha, I'm gonna go ahead and give a couple of my friend just popped in. Hey, how you doing? Okay, so check it out. So what I'm going to talk about today is I'm going to talk about a couple of things on how I would structure that deal. For those of you that are on the social media right now, I want you guys to make sure you get some hearts right now. I'm gonna break down. Let's give this scenario. She has 7 properties. Okay, Samantha, I'm gonna go ahead and tuck you on mute real quick because we got a lot of feedback. All right, so check this out. So this is what we're gonna do, guys. So I put a link in the chat. I just pinned the link, guys, for those of you who wanted to join us. For those of you that are on TikTok, what I'm doing is I'm breaking down scenarios and how you guys could leverage these strategies to win in real estate. So right now, here's what I'm gonna do. Right now, everybody put 7, and I'm gonna structure this. I'm gonna structure how Anthony Glenn would structure. I need a notepad, guys. Can y'all bring me a note? Never mind, I got one. Okay, I'm going to show you guys how I would structure that deal, okay? She got 7 properties. Put the number 7 in the chat, guys. Welcome to the Winning Real Estate Show. We're talking about millionaire real estate secrets that everybody should know, okay? And then we're going to break everything down for you guys, and I'm going to show you some tips and tricks and strategies that Anthony Glenn would do. So right now, put the number 7 in the chat. Everybody put the number 7 in the chat right now, and I'm going to break this stuff down for you guys so you guys can understand what I'm saying. And I'm going to show you how I would do this, okay? All right, number 1. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, now I'm using this strategy. Okay, and okay, what I want you guys to do is click the link above my head so you can see. Okay, for those of you who can see, I have 7. I have a trust. Okay, and then I have the 7 properties. All 7 properties are going to get out of her name and put the property in the trust. That's going to be step 1. So step 1 is I'm going to take all of these properties and I'm going to create a trust. And then I'm going to have a trust own the properties. Now, here's the deal. The trust. So number one, put trust. Put trust in the chat, guys. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm Anthony Glenn. I'm showing you Millionaire real estate secrets. I'm breaking everything down. She has 7 properties. I'm going to show you guys step by step how Anthony Glenn will set up this business. And then I'm going to show you guys why. Hit that heart button. For those of you that are on TikTok, hit that share button as well. Okay, I'm going to show you guys how I will set this up. So number one is going to be a trust. Ian, why do I want to set up the trust?
Oh, there's a lot of reasons, right? Which one works best for you? The tax incentives,
Just give me 2 nuggets of why the trust for protection.
one, it avoids probate, and 2, it gives you anonymity.
Okay, what is that?
It makes it hard for people researching the owners of the property to find out who is the real owner. So that way it creates a little bit of a maze if anybody's trying to sue you.
Okay. So number one is going to be the trust. Okay. Here's the reason why I will have those properties in a trust. Okay. So again, number one is going to be set the trust up. Trust. Okay. Now, after that trust, okay, I'm going to set up my corporate structure. Okay. Probably a holding company. Now, this is complicated, right? But I'm gonna show you guys and explain why I'm doing this. Okay. And then I'm going to write out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7 for the 7 properties. Now, for those of you that are on Clubhouse, click the YouTube link above my head so you guys could get a visual. If you don't see this, you're not going to understand it. Okay, so here it is right here. I have my LLC set up. I have my trust set up. Step 2 is I'm going to create the holding company. Step 3, I'm going to create an operating agreement. Step 1, trust. Step 2, LLCs for each property. Each property. Listen to me. Each property. Everybody put each property in the chat right now. Here's why I am doing this. Okay. The trust owns the properties. Okay. The trust is going to own the properties. Can you guys see that on the camera? Okay. I'm trying to make sure you guys can see it. Okay. There it is right there. Yeah. I'm going to set it up here and then I'm going to go to TikTok and I'll show you guys this too, because I have 2 cameras going right now. Okay. So right here, you'll see the trust. You'll see that I have the 7 piece, the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So the trust is going to own the properties. The holding company, which is a corporate structure, is going to have ownership in each limited liability company. Listen to me. I'm breaking this down for you guys. I'm going to explain everything for you. Put a fire emoji in the chat if you guys are liking what I'm talking about. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Winning Real Estate Show. I'm showing you guys how Anthony Glenn will structure this business. Number 1, put all of the properties entitled in the trust. All I got to do is call an attorney, tell them that I have 7 properties, and then I want to transfer ownership into the trust. Okay. So the property is going to get, all of those properties are going to be owned by the trust. So I don't own it. The trust owns it now. Number 2, I'm going to create a holding company, which is going to be a limited liability company. That holding company is going to have ownership in each property LLC, all 7 of them. So that means the holding company is going to operate each limited liability company. Holding company. Do me a favor, Tasha. Can you Google holding company for me and give me the textbook definition of a holding company? Because a lot of people are saying do this stuff and you don't understand it. I got my sister, Dr. Carissa Jadis, on the stage. Okay. Tasha, are you in a position to Google some stuff for me?
I am.
Okay, Google holding company for me, please, if you don't mind, and read the textbook definition, okay? And then I'm going to ask Dr. Carissa J, if you're here, if you can volunteer, can you, I'm going to make you a moderator, Dr. Carissa. Okay, can you do me a favor? I want you to Google operating agreement, please, if you can. Operating agreement.
I got you.
Okay, all right. So, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the show. I'm breaking down, if I have 7 properties, how Anthony Glenn would structure this deal. Put a fire emoji in the chat if you guys are rocking on the 1s and 2s. If you guys are on TikTok, make sure you heart up, guys. I had 57 people on the live earlier today. Get the shares up, and then I'm going to break this down for you guys. Okay, Tasha, go ahead and give that definition for me, please. Matrix.
Usually a corporate or limited liability corporation. It's a company. Primary business is holding a controlling interest in securities of other companies.
Okay, was she in the Matrix or what?
She was.
Okay. Tasha, you sound like Max Headroom, you know? Yeah. That might be old. Do y'all know who Max Headroom is? Who knows who Max Headroom is?
No.
Old school right there. Okay. All right. So Tasha, let me hear you. Let me hear you speak real quick. Let me see if I can hear you.
Okay, can you hear me now?
Yeah, we can hear you loud and clear.
Okay. So, holding company is a business entity, usually a corporation or limited liability company,
Pause.
whose
Say it
primary
one more time.
business is
Say it one more time. Say it one more time. Read that one part one more time, guys. Listen.
a holding company is a business entity, usually a corporation or limited liability corporation,
Keep going.
okay, whose primary business is holding a controlling interest in the securities of other companies.
Holding or what?
Holding a controlling interest in the securities of other companies.
There it is right there. That's the reason why you want it. Now, I'm telling you guys why you want to do this. The holding company has ownership. Now, watch this. This is how you keep from getting sued, guys. I'm breaking it down. Listen, right now, if you're on TikTok, get me up to 5 more shares right now, guys. I'm breaking everything down for you. I'm giving you millionaire real estate secrets. You guys cannot miss this stuff. Hard up right now. Get some more people in this space. What's up, my brother? Van True Fitness is in the building. What's happening, bro? Good to see you, man. Listen, check this out, guys. I'm breaking everything down for you. So that holding company is going to have equitable interest in each individual limited liability company that operates each individual property. Listen, I am giving you guys this game for free. All I'm asking for you guys to do is share this to your hallway, and I'm going to break everything down. Okay, so now that holding company gets created. That's a LLC or S Corp, C Corp, or a corporation. Okay, that holding company is going to hold interest in each individual limited liability company that operates each individual business. Now, if that holding company has equitable interest in the company, and you do and your family does, now you're creating a corporate veil. Jacob, are you here, brother? Brother Jacob. Brother Jacob, are you on stage?
Yep, I'm here.
Okay, King, I'm going to ask you to do me a favor. Can you just Google corporate veil, please? I just want you to Google it for me and just read the textbook definition. Can you do that for me, King?
Say one more time. I just had my Bluetooth.
Okay, a corporate veil, corporate veil, corporate veil. Everybody put corporate veil in the chat right now, guys, because I'm breaking this stuff down to you guys. And let me do a quick room reset. Right now, guys, if you guys are just joining the space, my friend, my sister, my business partner, Samantha, owns 7 properties, okay? She owns 7 properties. Right now, she has all of the money going into one account, okay? Now, that's a major no-no, okay? So what I'm doing is I'm giving an example of how to set everything up, guys, and I'm showing you guys how I would structure that business, okay? Now, Dr. Carissa, can you give me the definition of the, read that textbook definition of what about the
Operating agreement.
Yes.
Got it. Operating agreement identifies the company, states the ownership, defines member duties, and lays out other structural features of the business. It usually includes basic information about the LLC and its owners, known as members, the company's elected tax treatment, and guidelines for how certain key procedures will be handled.
Bingo, right there. Thank you. All right, shout out to the people that are volunteering for me, man. I appreciate the homies that's on stage right now. Guys, right now, I'm breaking this stuff down for you guys so you guys understand it, okay? So step 1, put all of the properties in the trust. Get every property out of the name. All you have to do is give the properties to an attorney. The attorney will do the rest. Tell them that you want to create a holding company that holds equitable interest in each limited liability company that operates each individual LLC. Now, that means that each property has an LLC that's operating each individual business. Here's why you want to do that, okay? The holding company has interest. Okay, remember, this is LLCs, right? So let's just say the holding company is an LLC. The LLC is going to hold interest in property number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Okay. Also, you as an individual is going to hold interest in property 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. The operating agreement is going to be instructions on who's responsible for what. Okay. So here's the breakdown. Properties in the trust. Holding company has interest in each individual property. Each individual LLC is going to pay money to the holding company and also going to pay money to the members in the LLC, which is Samantha and her family. Here's why you guys want to do that. Now, if you guys have questions or comments, or if you don't understand, I will break it down even further. So number one, trust. Number two, put all of the properties in the trust. Number three, create a corporate structure to called a holding company that holds interest in each individual LLC. Each individual LLC will operate in severalty, which means individually. Okay. That means that each individual LLC will operate its own entity. Now, here's the reason why you want to do that. If I have all of the money going into the bucket, and I'm going to show you guys right now, click the link above my head and get into the YouTube channel, because I'm going to show you guys a drawing. Okay. All right. So let's just say all of the money. Okay. All of the money. And I'm drawing right now. Excuse my drawing, but this is kind of going to give you a visual. Okay. If all of my money is going into one bucket, all these are properties 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Okay. Can you guys see that? I'm holding it up right now so you guys can see it on the camera. If all of the money is going into one bucket, that means that all of the money is dripping down into one bucket. That means if I sue, all of these properties are liable to whatever that money and bank account that money is going into. If I'm a tenant and I'm paying, and I'm paying the property manager, and then I do some research and I sue Samantha because Samantha, I fell in the property and broke my leg because the banister got loose, then that means that all 7 of those properties are liable to a lawsuit, and I can find the money and trace the money because she has it in her name. When you have it in a trust and a holding company and is operating the trust, right? Or operating the properties and operating the LLCs, then it's going to create a corporate veil, and it's going to be very difficult for me to find who owns what. You understand? Put a fire emoji in the chat if you guys understand that. Put a 1 in the chat if this was basically broken down shotgun style. Put a 2 in the chat if you guys don't understand it. Put a 1 in the chat if you guys don't understand, if it was broken down shotgun style. Put a 2 in the chat if you did not understand it. I'm going to go through this again. Number 1, put all of the properties in the trust. Number 2, create a corporate structure. Okay. And now let's just say you eliminate the holding company. Let's just take out the holding company on its face. We're going to take the holding company out. We're not even going to talk about that. Okay. Now what we're going to talk about is the trust owns the property and the LLC, the tenants are paying the limited liability company. That means that she technically can have 7 freaking companies with 7 different lines of credit. Okay. Is this all making sense? And guess what? Let's just say property 1 is operating, LLC 1 is operating property 1. Let's just say that property right there got in a bind and they need some money. 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 all have business lines of what? Somebody answer that question for me.
Credit.
Come on, man. Why are y'all using your personal social security number to get the lines of credit? If you got 7 properties, you should have 7 LLCs with 7 lines of credit. Come on, man. I hope y'all are picking up what I'm putting down, man. Who has questions about what I was talking about? Sharitha Moore, I see you have a question. Who has a question? Put your question in the chat right now. If you guys have a question, or raise your hand, get on stage and ask the question.
I got a question, Tony.
Oh, what's up? What's up, Stack? Oh, man, Stack is in the building, man. What's going on, man?
I got a question for
What's up? What's up, doggy?
Especially for the real estate, right? How can we use social media? Because I know you've been getting big on social media, Tony. I see you going hard over there. But how can we use real estate and social media at the same time to attract what we need to attract? Right?
He done asked that question.
Let's go, baby.
It's about to go down, man.
Bruh.
I'm ready. Listen to this, guys. Okay, the question that he has is, how can I utilize social media to do what I'm doing right now? Well, guess what, guys? Right now, if you hear questions coming from, listen, you don't hear TikTok people feeding back. Listen, let me tell you how I use social media. Number 1, right now, Stack Pack, I'm live on Facebook. I'm live on LinkedIn. I'm live on 2 Facebook groups. I'm live on Instagram. I'm live on TikTok. Okay. And I'm also live on Clubhouse and YouTube and X. So right now, what I'm doing is I'm utilizing social media to elevate my message. So while I'm on here cooking right now, I'm leveraging social media. Okay. And Stack Pack told me this. He said, look, bro, You already have the content. You need to get out there and start pushing your content out more. So you know what I did, man? I started posting more stuff on social media, and then I started opening up these platforms. And guess who also put me on game? Anthony Perez. I want to give a special shout out to him. Anthony Perez, you guys don't see him. He's behind the scenes. Let me give a special shout out to these two brothers that y'all don't see. Okay. Number one is Anthony Perez, and number two is Alexis Vega. These two people right here are behind the scenes, and they're the reason why you see all of my dope content getting out there. And then guess what? Stack Pack puts the flame, Jack. You know what I'm saying? He puts that flame on there, man.
Let's talk about it, Jack.
All right. So guys, what he's doing is he's getting more people in front of my content so I can go viral. You know what I'm saying? Now, who has the next question, man? Who has the next question? Who has the next question, guys? If you're on TikTok, put your question in the chat. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Winning Real Estate Show. I am your host. I got my co-host. Okay, I got Ian Jensen, I got Alexis Vega, Samantha, I got Kyler Bear, I got Bruno Nascimento, I got Dr. Carissa J, I got Stack Pack in the building. Guys, we're giving you real estate secrets that everyone should know. This is basic one-on-one business stuff. Now, who has questions about the 7 limited liability companies that I said open up for each individual? A lot of people are like, man, it's 7 LLCs. You would do that? Yes, I would.
I had one, Tony.
Yes, go ahead. Jump in.
So I put it in the chat. Now you said that one of these companies is going to be managing all 7 of the companies.
Yes, the holding company is going to be like a manager of all the individual limited liability companies.
Okay, so it's a separate company from the 7 LLCs.
That is correct. So I would have a corporate structure, LLC, S Corp, C Corp, operating. That it's like that holding company is almost like a manager that operates and has ownership or it's a member of each individual LLC. Now, all you have to do, guys, this stuff seems complicated, but listen, this is what you guys got to do. All you have to do is call the attorney and say, hey, I want to set up a holding company and I want my holding company to operate my individual businesses. That's it. I'm just breaking it down and explaining it to you guys so you understand it. The reason why you want to have different limited liability companies, I'll give you 3 essential nuggets. Number 1 is credit. Number 2 is collateral. Number 3 is capital. If you have individual LLCs drawing money and you set up you take the LLC and take it to the bank and open up a business checking and savings account, right? And all of this stuff could be separate. You know, you can have one account and have 3 different subcategory accounts so you can see all of the money going in there. But you definitely want to separate each individual business. That way, in the event that LLC 1 gets sued, the money they're gonna garnish the wages of LLC 1 or property 1. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7 is not going to be affected. Why? Because you got a limited liability company operating, you got different bank accounts. So they can only garnish your wages in the limited liability company if they sue you. And guess what? When they look you up, it doesn't say that Anthony Glenn owns it. It says that who owns it. It's owned by the trust.
The holding company.
And the holding company is operating the business. So guys, I'm dropping gems right now, man. I don't know if you guys are picking up what I'm putting down. So right now, what I'm showing you guys is how to protect yourself if you start getting multiple properties, okay? Separate LLCs, put the property and the LLC in the trust, have the trust control, own the property, have the limited liability companies operate the property. 7 EIN numbers, 7 business lines of credit. 7 properties, 7 pieces of collateral. 7 properties, 7 capital. 7 properties, 7 pieces of business lines of credit or business credit cards. Come on, man. This stuff is easy, man. I'm telling you guys. Who has a question right now? Who has a question right now? Anybody have a question or comment in the chat? Come on, man. I know I'm cooking right now. I know beyond a reasonable doubt I'm cooking, man. Who has questions or comments that they'd like to propose to the stage? Now, I'm breaking this stuff down so you guys can understand it, guys. If you guys are on TikTok and you guys want to get on a consultation call with me, text WIN to 760-385-8211. Okay, Van has a question. Do I have to already be in real estate to do this? And how hard or easy is it? Okay, Van, you have 2 businesses. You got a business. You got Van's True Fitness. Incorporate Van's True Fitness. Put your property and your piece of real estate in the trust and then have an LLC operate that property. I'll operate that business. So Van, no, it's not. It's never, you never have to do that. Okay. What are your thoughts on a land trust? Okay. I'm not going to answer that question until I get 4 more shares on TikTok. Okay, I
You have
be up to 10 right now. Who has a question or comment that they would like to propose to the stage? And I see my sister Sierra's in the building. What's up, Sierra, man? We had to pull that machine gun out, man, today, man.
Hey, Sierra.
What's up, Sierra? Sierra's in the building, man. Hey, come on, Sierra. We got these guns,
Hey,
man.
y'all. Good morning.
Let's go, man.
Good morning. Good morning, everybody.
Okay, so Sierra,
Anthony, Jacob is flashing his mic.
okay, Jacob, what's your question? How can we help you win?
I don't have a question, but I have that piercing the corporate veil or the definition of the corporate veil. If you
Okay,
wanted to get into that
go
real quick.
out like a honey bun, man. Let's do it.
The corporate veil protects the following from personal liability for the corporation's debts or obligations. One, owners of limited liability companies, LLCs, owners of corporations, and then corporate officers and corporate shareholders. So it's it's providing a legal protection from the business owners through versus their business liabilities.
Man. Jacob, man, thank you for reading that definition. If you heard, they said LLC first, right? LLC has the
Yep.
strongest
Yep.
corporate veil, okay? LLCs has the strongest corporate veil. People are like, well, I have an S Corp or a C Corp. Well, how about do an LLC and then what's up, Tyson, man? I see you in the building, man. I see, man, Instagram is bubbling up, guys. And I see a couple of other questions. At what point should you start opening LLCs in different countries to make your asset a little more difficult to track? Well, okay, to answer that question, opening up limited liability companies in different states, man, I wouldn't do that. I mean, owning real estate in different states, I would do that because then you have, what's up, Dion? I see my brother Dion is on the stage right now. So listen, guys. So a lot of people are telling you guys, stop listening to TikTok, man, where they're telling you guys to do this goofy stuff. It's simple. You can do everything right here in the United States. Now, one thing that I would do is that I would open up businesses or buy properties in different states to lower my taxable income because there's something called nowhere tax code. Okay. On the nowhere tax code, that means if I own property in California, okay, and I own property in Florida, they can't just tax me on Florida income tax. Okay. So when you guys are setting up your corporate structures, okay, there are certain states and certain areas that you want to set your business up. And I'm not going to tell you guys all of them, but I will tell you guys the states that I like to set up my limited liability companies. And there's a way to operate your business in a different state. So when you have a business or a piece of real estate in a different state, that means they have to do a blended tax return. That's why you see people moving businesses. That's why you see Elon Musk setting up stuff in Texas, doing stuff in Mexico, doing all types of other stuff. Because if you live in California, California is going to take your lunch money. So if I have a business in a different state or set up an LLC in a different state, hint, hint, Florida, hint, hint, Nevada, hint, hint, Wyoming. Okay. So these are places that you can open up businesses and then operate a business and then doing a operating agreement and a foreign qualification. Right now, put operating agreement and foreign qualification in the chat right now. Okay. And I'm going to break this stuff down. All right. But I'm not going to explain how to set this stuff up until I get more shares on TikTok right now. I'm at 402 likes, 23 people here right now. Welcome to the show. You guys are in here rocking out with my people. Okay, Sierra, can you tell the people why we're doing a room reset? I'm gonna come to you next, so flash your mic if you can talk. Can you tell them what we got going on right now, man? I had to get my machete out for Sierra, man. Guess what, man? Sierra, man, I'm gonna tell y'all something, man. Sierra, are you here to speak? Are you able to speak, Sierra?
Yeah, I'm able to speak.
Man, tell them how they trying to do my sister, man. We got to get this out if you can, if you don't.
So basically, I closed on a transaction and I was working with a builder. They completely removed me from the transaction and therefore did not pay me. But we already signed a contract. Title already had sent me all of the documents, all of the wickets that you check as a realtor to make sure that you get paid. I did. And so that was number one. That the first thing that I noticed. But then I realized that they reached out to my client without me and closed the deal without me.
without notifying me. Like it was terrible. Now, this is a company, I will not speak of their name. I will not say their name,
You know what I'm saying?
but
Hey, I don't mind saying the name, dog. Hey,
Man, they whack for that. See,
hey, playing with us over here with that tag, man. You know what I'm saying?
but it was a lot of intentional things that have happened. Um, with their particular company, they have a portal, and you log in the portal and you'll see all of the documents to the relevant transactions, and it'll show all of your different transactions you've had. They completely tried to wipe the portal of this specific transaction under my account. So yeah, I was a little irate yesterday and this morning as well. So that is what Anthony is referring to. So I reached out to their corporate office this morning, and then Anthony kind of followed up with them. So yeah, we're kind of in a little, it's not necessarily a dilemma, but it's for sure going to be a battle. I can already tell just because of the way they're responding. But then again, they may just, take some accountability. Who knows? But that is what's happening right now.
All right. So guys, listen, man. And what we're talking about, shout out to Sierra. Make sure you follow Sierra, man. Listen, you got to have people who will back you up too, man. Sierra backs me up. We all back each other up, guys. Welcome to the Winning Real Estate Show. If you guys have any questions or comments, raise your hand, come on stage. For those of you that are on TikTok, heart up, man. Yeah, I was at 10,000 likes and I'm giving game for free. Right now, guess what? For those of you that are on TikTok, I got a gem for you. I'm going to go over the operating agreement and the foreign qualification for you guys because you guys got me to 10 shares. Every time I get to 10,000, every 1,000 likes that I get on TikTok, I'm going to unlock another nugget for you guys, man. Bruno, can you let the people know who you are and what you do, brother? Can you tell the people who you are and what you do?
Absolutely, man. My name is Bruno, and I'm down here in Southern California, like the rest of the crew here, man. Real estate investor, real estate professional, full time, and just one of the educators, man. Excited to be here. Looking forward to adding some value to some folks, man. And just really hope that if people find value in the information that's being shared, man, that they pay it forward, man. And the way that you can pay it forward is by sharing the room, getting this out in your hallway, getting this out in your social media platforms, and just attracting more people, man. If you want more, give more, and then you just blow up from there, man.
Outstanding, man. Outstanding, guys. So listen, man. So guys, we're telling you guys, we're okay. So here, I'm gonna tell you guys, let me give y'all some game. Put a fire emoji in the chat if you guys are ready to get some game right now. Okay. I'm going to go through these now. Listen, I'm going to give you the 7 states on where I like to set up my corporate structures. Okay. I'm going to give you the 7 states that are where I like to set up my corporate structures, but I'm not going to give you those 7 states until I get 5 more shares right now. I can't give them to you until I need to get 5 more shares right now on TikTok. Okay. And y'all need to get me up to 1,000 likes. Okay. So when I get 5 more shares, I'm gonna give you the 7 states that I like to set up my corporate structures. Okay. I'm going to give them to you and I'm going to tell you why, but I'm not giving this game for free, guys. You got to give me some digital currency so I can blow up. Okay. But now let's go over these couple of things. Ian, can you talk about the foreign qualification, okay? And Bruno and Sierra, are you able to talk to us about the certificate of authority? Can you Google the textbook definition for that, Sierra, if you're still here? You got me?
Yes, I got you.
Okay, all right, outstanding. Bruno, can you rock out first? Or Ian or anybody, can you tell me about what the foreign qualification is? And then Sierra is going to talk about the certificate of authority. Listen to me, guys. I'm telling you the game for free. All I'm asking for you guys to do is hit your thumb and like up and get more shares, guys. I'm breaking everything down and telling you guys why you guys should have this in your corporate structure. And I'm going to give you guys how Anthony Glenn will set up the corporate structure and what you guys need to do to protect yourself when you set up the LLC. The questions that you should be telling the attorney so you don't have to pay money, okay? You're not going to have to pay money to go back and do changes to when you set up your corporate structure. Okay, so let's get to it. Ian, foreign qualification. Go ahead and kick it. Ian or Bruno, anybody.
All right. So foreign qualification is something that you're going to get from the state that you're going to be doing business in that you don't live in. All right, so a foreign qualification is something that you get from the state that you're doing business in that you don't reside in. So it's basically an approval from that state that allows you to conduct business legally speaking.
Now, why would you want to set up an LLC in a different state and operate your business in a different state? That's a little bit of real estate trivia. All right, here we go. Why would I want to do that? Why would I want to set up that structure like that? Why? Somebody tell me right now, why would I want to do that? Why do I want to set up a corporate structure in one state and then operate in another state? Put it in the chat, guys.
Would it be tax benefits?
Okay, tax benefits is one of them. Okay, what's another one? Come on, y'all. Anybody can guess.
It's just a place that you can start it up there because it's a place that you had the opportunity to either invest or start a business in.
Okay, boom, boom, boom. That's another one. Okay, anonymity. Okay, funding. Okay, we got Simone in here that says, okay, the Augusta rule. Natalie, she likes that Augusta rule. Natalie been in my room right now talking about, hey, she's been listening and taking notes, man. Okay, so check it out. Okay. All right, check this out. I'm going to give you guys, since you guys got me up to 16 shares, I'm going to give you the first two, guys. Right now, give me up to 20 shares, and I'm going to rock out, and I'm going to give you the first two states. Alaska does not impose a state income tax or state-level sales tax. However, local jurisdictions may impose sales tax. So Alaska is one of them. Florida does not have a state income tax. However, it does impose sales tax. Okay. Nevada does not have a state income tax. The state generally generates significant revenue from tourism and gambling taxes. Texas does not levy a state income tax. Man, come on, man. I just gave y'all 4 of them, man. Y'all want the rest of them? Okay, I'll tell you the reason why you want to set up these corporate structures and have them as foreign entities. Each individual state almost operates like a different country. There's different jurisdictions and different rules for the United States. Each individual state has different taxes and different rules, different governors and everything else. When you set up these corporate structures and you set them up, there's specific reasons why you want to set them up in different locations. Who's ever seen Wyoming or Vermont plates on Lamborghinis? Can anybody tell me why? Why do I want to have Vermont? Why do Vermont plates and Wyoming plates? Why do people do that? I want anybody on stage to take a shot at it.
Lower sales tax.
Wyoming allows an anonymous owner for a business.
Ian, man, come on, man. Ian. Oh my gosh. Okay, all right. So, can you unpack that? Guys, I'm telling you guys, I'm giving you guys the game for free, guys. Get some more people in this space right now. I need 4 more shares and I need 150 more likes, guys. We're breaking this stuff down so you guys understand why you're doing stuff. Stop listening to these TikTok clowns giving you guys the information. Now, Sierra, real quick before we go back to Ian, Sierra, can you tell me what a certificate of authority is and use your own definition of this certificate of authority? And I got my brother Albert on stage. Albert, I'm coming to you next. Can you flash your mic, please? Albert, I got you next. And shout out to Albert, man. I just got a friend request from a big drill instructor that has a lot of followers. And don't think you slick, dog. I know you did that, man. I know you did that for me, man. So I appreciate you for that, Albert. So guys, listen, man. I got to fire, man. I love my team, man. We love our team, bro. I cannot tell you how proud I am to just be a part of a movement where nobody's stingy, man. We're sharing everything with everybody so you guys can get to the game, guys. Okay. Sierra, are you ready for that definition or did she go? Is she still here? Damn. Ian, can you talk about what's that?
She's gone.
Okay. All right. Ian, Bruno, can you talk about the certificate of authority and what it allows people to do? Natalie made sure she give me the game, man. You at 1,000. Okay. Thank you guys. I'm at 1,000 likes. I appreciate you guys. Listen to me. For every 1,000 likes on TikTok, I'm going to unlock another nugget for you guys. Okay, let me do a quick room reset. Welcome to the Winning Real Estate Show. I'm your host, Anthony Glenn, and I got Bruno Nascimento, my co-host, Ian Jensen, Alexis Vega. I got my sister, Dr. Clarissa J., an honorary faculty advisor to the Winning Real Estate House. Okay, I got my brother Stack Pack. I got Albert. Listen, guys, we're here to give you guys game. We got people across. If you guys hear people coming through, if you guys got questions, put your question in the chat. We will answer it. Guys, make sure the only thing that we guys are asking you guys to do, if you guys want to get on a consultation call with us, or if you want to be on the show, we have Elena Cardone. Stack, I'm going to need for you to pull up. On Thursday, I'm interviewing Elena Cardone, billionaire with a B.
Sheesh.
I'm interviewing Elena Cardone, billionaire, on Thursday. Okay, so if you guys want to be a part of that show, man, text WIN to 760-385-8211. Or if you want to be on the next event that we have, Veteran Wealth Formula, that's going to take place on Saturday. Okay, so you guys, we got a lot of stuff going on. So Thursday, we're interviewing Elena Cardone, okay, on YouTube and TikTok. On Saturday, okay, we have an event called Veteran Wealth Formula. We're going to teach you guys how to invest with veterans, okay? But we're going to be doing these rooms on a regular basis, okay? So a certificate of authority, somebody kick it in. Let me know what that certificate of authority does.
Real quick, Anthony, before they get into that, I just want to shout you out. I got to head over to a live Q&A at 2 o'clock. So this room is fire. Make sure you guys are sharing this room out, pinging this room out, and getting all your people in here, because you never know what type of gems are going to be in here. So shout outs to you, Tony. I got to go do a Q&A with someone in the Media Mentors. But, brother, I'm always supporting. I'm always here. And make sure you guys tapping in with Tony, man. Go on his Instagram. Go on the live. Go on there. Show love to all his stuff, because this is a great chance to learn a lot of gems, right? Can't wait to see that interview. Can't wait to see Atlanta on here. And, man, shout outs to the whole Winning Real Estate, man. We're going to keep going in. Lego.
Outstanding, man. Shout out to Stack Pack, man. If you guys want to get your social media on flame, I'm telling you, he has cracked the code, man, the infamous code. So make sure you give him a follow and hit him in his back channel and ask him, hey, what are you doing on a day-to-day basis to get to 2 freaking million followers, man? Okay, you guys want people like that on your social media stuff too, because when you're doing that type of stuff and they come in, they have the ability to help you guys grow your social media by coming into your spaces. Okay, so guys, when they like your stuff and they heart your stuff, you're gonna get dog. Let me tell y'all something. Grant endorsed a link. All he did was shared my link and then liked my link. After he did that, 722 impressions in one freaking day, man. Okay. Social media is the way to go if you want to get a big voice. Ladies and gentlemen, let's go back to the teaching. Put a 1 in the chat if you guys want me to give you the rest of the states, okay? Because I'm going to give you the rest of the states, okay? And why you guys want to open up these businesses in certain states. Well, I asked the question, and then we're going to go to the certificate of authority, okay? If you have questions, raise your hand. Down at the bottom, there's a hand raising button. If you're hearing communication come from different platforms, okay? I am on different social media links so people can ask questions. I'm on TikTok, LinkedIn, Instagram, Facebook, all of that stuff, guys. So if you guys got questions, put your questions in the chat. All right, so now let's go. Certificate of authority, okay? Ian, go ahead and kick it. Tell me how the certificate of authority works.
All right, certificate of authority and a certificate of authority is very similar to what we were talking about earlier, where it's a piece of information that is granted to you from the state that your business is doing operations in, and it allows you to conduct business in that state. Because if you don't have the certificate of authority in place, like I said, different states call it different things. And if you don't have that piece of paperwork, that authorization from the state in which you're doing business, then you are not in compliance, and you could lead yourself down basically a nasty little tax and fines and a bunch of different little admin nonsense with the state if you're not prepared in the beginning.
All right. Albert, are you here? Brother Albert? Come on, man, Albert, man. Come on, man, Albert.
I'm here.
Okay, Albert, can everybody on stage right now unmute your mic, please, on stage, please? I need everybody to unmute their mic real quick. I need everybody to unmute their mic on stage, please. Everybody on stage, unmute your mic, please. Can we say happy birthday to my brother Albert, man? Can we say happy birthday to my brother Albert? Put happy birthday, Albert, on the count.
Happy birthday!
Happy birthday!
Happy birthday!
Happy birthday!
Big
Gal, what's going on?
Man,
Woo!
you know,
Party like
Albert
a
is
rock star.
19 years old, man. Shout out to my brother Albert, man, for pulling up. Welcome to the family, brother. It's an honor to have you here. His birthday was last week, but we just wanted to say happy birthday to you, brother. We love you. We appreciate you being here, man. And brother, man, what do you got to say, man? What'd you do for your birthday?
Well, first of all, I appreciate all of you guys for the birthday wishes. Yeah, I went to Big Bear for the weekend, so it was a very nice weekend over there in Big Bear. There was fresh snow, so yeah, we had a really good time.
Outstanding, man. So brother Albert, can you let the people know who you are and what you do? And guys, listen to me. He has a podcast also. We're going to post it in the chat. Make sure you subscribe to that podcast, A to B podcast. Him and I will be on there doing shows along with Bruno. There's an episode on there. Can you put your podcast and tell them what you talk about real quick?
Yeah, of course. So basically, it's what's called the A to B podcast. I have a co-host. His name is Barry Bull, retired sergeant major of 23 years. And basically, what we go in there and we talk about things that people don't want to talk about or can't talk about while they are in the military. We have a lot of topics and we cover a lot of interesting topics of things that are actually going on within the military. We actually have an episode that's being released today, and we interviewed a guy that's called a combat veteran. He's a comedian. Well, he didn't start as a comedian. He actually started out in the army back in 2004, and then after he was in the army, he actually got out of the army and started a huge social media following. And then now he's doing stand up here in LA. We interviewed him a couple of weeks ago, and the interview is coming out today.
Outstanding, man. So put that link in the chat, guys. Make sure you subscribe to my brother's YouTube channel. I'll be on there as well. And guys, man, listen. Hey, Thursday, if you guys want more information about, listen, we will be interviewing Elena Cardone on Thursday, guys. Click the YouTube channel, subscribe to the YouTube channel above my head. And ladies and gentlemen, if you guys are on TikTok, I can't post it in TikTok, but what I'll do is if you guys want to be a part of that or get the link to go through the event on Saturday, okay, text WIN to 760-385-8211. Okay. Let me do it again. 760-385-8211. Text WIN to 760-385-8211. Now, can we get back to the teaching, guys? Okay, because listen, who has questions or comments that they'd like to ask? Semper Fidelis, my brother. Okay, I got another Marine in the building, man. Good to see you, man. Thank you for pulling up. Okay. Now, who has questions or comments that they'd like to propose to the stage before we get back to the teaching, guys? We're telling you guys millionaire secrets that everyone should know. Listen, we got 47 people on Instagram right now. We have 19 people on TikTok. We went from 50 to 19, okay? And then now we have approximately 72 people that have come through the Win in Real Estate Show room on Clubhouse. So guys, who has questions that they would like to propose to the stage? Okay, who has questions? Questions or comments? Okay, no questions or comments. Okay, so let me check and see if
Trying to get off. Tony, I'm sorry, you can't see me. It's Legacy.
What's up, Legacy? What you got?
Hey, Colin, thank you so much. The show is phenomenal. I mean, just fire, fire, fire. Appreciate everything you and your team are doing just to get the message out, VA loans, and, building this corporation and structures, right? So I do have my own S Corp. I do have a LLC, but I have not connected them. I have not put them in the trust. And so I am working with an attorney firm. So I just go back to them, right? And just ask them, how do I set this up based on what you're telling me? First, put it in the trust, correct?
Yes.
And then get my
Let
corp.
me see. Tell me, I'm glad that you asked that question because right now, put a 1 in the chat if you guys want me to walk through. I think that she got it, man. Let's see if she's going to get it, man. All right. So guess what, guys? I got breaking news. Guess what, man? Since Albert's birthday, he's going to donate $5 for every question that she get for every year, every question that you get right. Okay. So Albert just turned, how old are you, Albert?
I'm 5.
Come on, Albert. Come on.
Albert is swimming.
Come on now.
I'm Google Gagarin.
Yo, yo, was that funny or what, man? Hey, Albert, quick on his toes, man. I try to get him real quick, man. Listen, so check it out. Okay, all right. So let's see if you can answer. Okay, tell me how you would set it up and what questions that you need. What questions are you going to say? Let's see. All right. So, and then Juan Rosario, I got you. You said 30 years, $206,000, 3.3%. So guys, we want to, okay. So listen, on TikTok, listen, this is what I'm going to do. Hold on one second before you answer that question. Guys, on TikTok right now, hit that like button and hit the subscribe button. I'm going to close down this room. I'm going to go right back and open up the room to make sure that we can curate the space, okay? So I want all of you guys, all 22 people that are on here right now, I want you guys to come back. I'm just going to shut it down and I'm going to come back on live, guys. Okay. And then Juan, put a 1 in the chat. Juan, put a 1 in the chat. Okay, because I'm going to break that down. He says $206,000 loan at 3.3%, 30-year fixed. I'm going to give you guys an example of how I would pay off that interest faster, okay? So I'm going to shut down and come back up. Put a 1 in the chat if you guys want me to give this game. Number one, we're going to go through, we're going to do 2 things. We're going to do a little bit of real estate trivia and see if she's going to set up this corporate structure correct. And then the second thing that we're going to do is that we're going to see, we're going to break down that 206. Let me write this down real quick so I know I got it, just in case he doesn't come back. 206K, 3.3%, 30-year fix. Okay, I got it. Okay, I'm shutting down on TikTok, and I'm going to open it back up. All right, so okay, so all right, so here we go. So all right, so go ahead and tell me how you would set everything up.
All right, $5, Albert. All I'm gonna get is 5 if I get one right. Okay, thank you, Tony. We're gonna go through it. So, from my understanding, right, right now I have a corporate S corp. So
Okay.
right now, not doing anything. I want to first get that set up. With a trust in a trust.
Okay.
I need to take things out of my name.
Writing it down. 1 second. So you got the S corp. You're gonna set up the trust. What does the S corp do?
This in real estate, it really was for fixing and flipping when I originally started it. But it, that has not gone through as I liked. But I'm trying to restructure it. I am a realtor here in Houston to start running things through it and getting things out of my name. So this is why this conversation has been so great for me because everything's in my name. So yes.
Okay.
I'm a veteran, 35 years.
Real estate professor. Put a 1 in the chat if you're a realtor and you're on the live right now. I want to do a check in and represent your state. What state are you in?
I'm in Houston, Texas.
Houston, Texas. I'm gonna tell you right now, damn, Houston's that's such a phenomenal place to be. You know what I'm saying? You get to damn hold guns and do all types of other stuff out there in Houston, Texas, man. You know what I'm saying?
Put your guns in the air. Put your guns in the air.
All right, y'all. Okay, all right. So here we go. All right, so you got so you started the S corp, right? Now pick. I want you to now, Bruno, Ian, Samantha. Feel free to jump in. Just say, hey, I want to give some advice too. It's not just me up here talking, but I'm gonna go through this process so you guys know what we're picking up. Ladies and gentlemen that just joined the live, what we're doing right now is that she wants to learn how to set up her corporate structure and go step by step on how she would set everything up. Okay.
I want you.
Okay. All right. So you're a realtor. Okay. And you set up the S corp to operate your investment property stuff, right?
Correct.
Okay. All right. So, okay. Step 1 and step 2. Okay. All right. So now, do you own any property?
Not since then. I have my own home. That's it. That's the only thing
you own property. You have your own home.
Correct.
Do you have any kids?
One over 20, over 18. Yeah, I do have a kid. I do. She's
one kid.
Over 18.
Okay.
Yes,
all right. All right. So now we have the scenario. Okay. Step 1. Now let's go through how you're going to set it up. Tell me how you're going to set everything up right now.
Okay. So I already have I already have the corp. So I definitely want to put it in trust. For me, step 1 would be putting it in trust.
Okay.
Correct?
Yep.
Put it in trust. From there, I have other LLCs I've already opened, but they're not connected to my S corp. So I need to get the connection between get my tree going to put my LLC under my S corp now.
Okay. Now, why did you open up the other LLCs?
LLC was going to be consulting. That was it. I didn't have it structured like you're saying, just for properties, right? And so this is what's helping me. So it's going to be just for me to have a consulting business.
Stop. Don't open up any more corporations right now. Okay.
No, it's not any more corps. Yeah.
Okay, because you're gonna have to drive this into a different lane. Okay, so keep going. I'm listening.
Okay, so I have it's called Building Blues Legacy, which is my S corp. and then my LLC is Legacy Consulting.
Okay. So you
And
got
so,
BBL.
so
You know that the initials for that,
BBLI,
right?
BBLI, BBLI,
Okay.
BBLI,
Okay.
BBLI.
All right. A little humor there. Okay. All right. So listen.
Somebody should forget it.
You should have. I don't know why you called it BBL LLC, man. Come on, man.
I did not. It's incorporated. It's Inc. BBL Inc.
Okay, BBL. Okay,
BBL Inc.
I got you, sister. All right, I'm just messing with you. Okay. So now, all right. So now you have. Okay, now what else? What's the next step?
Getting those connected. Just the S corp LLC connected under it. So that's the first leg of my tree that I know. That's as far as I got in understanding what I need to do. First, put in a trust. Then my LLC needs to be connected to my S corp to try and put money in my holding company, which is the LLC, which is Building Blues Legacy, right?
Y'all see how
That's the holding company.
y'all see how complicated this is? Put a 1 in the chat if it seems complicated. Be honest. I want y'all to be honest. Put a 1 in the chat if that seems complicated as hell. Okay. Put a 1 in the chat if y'all feel that that's complicated. I'm gonna be honest with you. Put a 1 in the chat if you feel like it's complicated, right? Okay, I'm gonna break it down for you because this is the reason why you guys want to. I'm gonna show you how many corporate structures do you have right now?
With my name in with a couple of people. So I have at least 3 LLCs that I'm connected to. One is my own personal in my name, and I'm connected with 2 other people and 2 others.
Okay.
So I have 3 with my name connected to it plus my corp.
Here's how you're gonna set it up. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Now listen. Right now, guys, if you guys are on TikTok, I need the hearts up. I only got 35 hearts, man. What the hell? I'm about to break down some game for you guys. And right now, hit that share button. Get the shares up right now because I'm about to show her how to set up everything, okay? Now, you have 3 entities that you have can you look up several in severalty? Severalty. Can you look that word up and tell me what it means?
Yep.
Okay. All right. Now, the reason why I'm saying this information is because I'm going to break down everything and show her how to do this, okay? All right. So she asked the question, guys. She said, okay, number 1, you have right now that I see, you have 4 opportunities here, okay? Number 1, you're a real estate professional, okay? That should be incorporated. Your real estate business, that's a separate business, okay? Number 2, you have a home, okay? And then number 3, okay, you said that you have an S corp that has you set that S corp up for doing real estate investing.
Mm-hmm. Correct.
And then number 4, there's another opportunity for the trust because you said that you have you're a member in other LLCs with other people. We're not even going to worry about those. You're just gonna all in the trust. You're just gonna have a documentation that says your equitable ownership in that is going to go to your family member. That's all you need to do. Okay. So, all right. So 1, she's a realtor. Incorporate. Okay. So let me break down how I would structure your business. Are you ready?
I'm ready. Let's go.
Okay. Severalty. Okay. Ian, read that, please.
All right. So severalty, noun, sole, separate, and exclusive ownership, one's own right without a joint interest in another person.
There it is right there. Okay. So right now you have an LLC that's in severalty. That's a problem. When you own any type of corporate structure and it's just you in there, okay, that's the reason why I tell you to get a holding company.
The corporate structure is of somebody else doing it with it.
Just listen to me. Just listen to me.
Gotcha.
Just listen. Trust me. I'm gonna break it down for you. Okay. So here's how she's going to structure this. She already has a S corp, right? Okay. Step 1, she can do her real estate business with the S corp. Okay. That's going to be your real estate sales business. You sell houses, the S corp gets paid. You already have that. You might as well use it. Okay. Now you already have with a real estate professional, you have a layer of protection because you have insurance that you have to carry. The broker has to carry. That's 1 layer of protection. And then also you have the S corp. That's 2 layers of protection. And then, also with your there's, typically the broker carries liability insurance as well. Okay. So you already have a couple of protections. So I would run my real estate business when I sell and I would use that S corp and create an operating agreement that says that this S corp is going to be used solely for real estate. Okay. Number two, take your property that you own and the limited liability company that you have, okay, and the S corp, and make the trust the owner of all of those corporate structures. Here's why. Once the trust owns, somebody got a hot mic, man. Ian, man, you killing me, dog. Come on, man. Okay. Once the trust owns the S corp, once the trust owns the limited liability company that you have set up, the trust now you don't own it anymore, so it's out of your hands. That means it's not associated with your social security number. It's associated with the EIN number. Okay. Employment identification number. So now, once the limited liability company, the trust owns all of your corporate structures, you get a barrier of protection. Okay. Now, step 3, you create the holding company to operate the S corp and the LLC, and then the operating agreement will say, operating agreement has members. Me and my daughter are members. Okay. The operating agreement is going to say that the holding company will operate my realtor business S corp and my investment LLC. Okay. So when you get an investment property, that LLC needs to operate it, but the holding company is the beneficiary. They benefit because they have their member in it. So that means that you have multiple members. So that means that once you set up these corporate structures, that means that the holding company is going to be like a person. And that person is going to have equitable interest in your realtor S corp and the LLC that you have. And then the home that you have will be owned by the trust. So the reason why you want to have that home in the trust is because if you pass away right now, if it's in your name, who do you have a son or a daughter? Hello? Okay. All right. So right now, husband and wife is on the note, right? Who's on the
I
loan?
actually have a daughter, but I'm married. I'm married as well. So
Okay. Who's on title to the property? Okay. Right. So just yourself.
myself
So
on
right
the
now,
loan.
if just yourself passes away, how is your husband and your daughter going to get
Just
that
myself.
property? You will? Okay. Exactly what I was going with.
As a beneficiary in my will.
Okay. All right. Okay. Get the bag, man. She said, I ain't forget about
$5 from Albert.
right?
At least $5
Okay.
from Albert.
Okay. So now, the reason why I want you to read this
Come
to me,
on.
sister. Who was that was talking just now? What's your name again? Legacy. Legacy. You've been on my live before. I've heard you've been in here. Read the definition of severalty again.
Yes.
Read what Ian put in the chat. Read it out loud for me.
Yes. 1 second. Okay. Severity now. Sole.
Okay.
Separate.
So you own that
exclusive
property in
ownership.
severalty.
One's own right without a
That
joint
means that
interest
your
in another
husband
person.
is going to have your husband or your daughter is going to have to go to probate, some type of legal thing to transfer that asset
wife.
from one person to another in most cases. Now, is there a loan on the property? You can't just send in the will to the loan office and say,
Okay.
"Hey,
Yes.
this is the will." It's going to have now. I'm telling you, in order for this to be valid, even though you have a will, what happens if you lose the will? Then what happens? Okay, so listen to me, guys. When we talk about this stuff, we're trying to break it down to where you can understand it. Put a 1 in the chat if you understood. Now, when you put it in the trust, that trust owns it. Also, these LLCs and corporations that you have, how's your family going to get it? Who's going to run the business? What if you don't like the way your husband's hairline look and you decide to change things, right? So when the trust owns the property, that means when you die, that trust will operate on your behalf when you pass away. Okay? So that's how it was structured. Did I answer your question, guy? Did I answer your question, Legacy?
Okay. Mm-hmm. Yes, and I have a wife as well, so I just want to make that clear. No problem. Just want to make sure. I'll be back. I'm a big fan. I'll be back. Yeah, yeah, absolutely. And I'll be back. I appreciate everything you're doing. I'm trying to connect with you as well. I have a event coming up for veterans. I think I mentioned that to you as well. I'm
Legacy,
a
join us,
35-year
man. You can
veteran
join us and get
in real
certified if
estate,
you
trying
have
to
a
get
veteran.
closer to my veteran
Okay.
compatriots to go with the VA loan
Okay.
as well.
So
So,
right
Tony, so
now,
thank you for everything. I
okay.
appreciate it.
Listen, Ian, do not let me not call Legacy
That's what I'm
today.
trying to
Okay.
tell you. I'm trying to get with
Legacy,
you.
you will get a phone call from
Gotta
me
get with you.
today. Okay. You've already texted me, right? You text the, okay. You will get a phone call today from us so you can be a part of what it is that we're doing. Okay.
Yes,
Absolutely, sister. Thank you for pulling up, man. Welcome to the Winning Real Estate house. Shout out to Legacy for bringing that
absolutely. Thank you
scenario
so
to the
much. I appreciate
stage.
you.
Put a fire emoji in the chat if you guys are enjoying the conversation. I am your host, along with my co-host Bruno, Tasha, Albert. Man, we're rocking out today. Dr. Carissa, Ian. Listen, we want to tell you guys the states, guys. The states. You guys want to know the states, and I got a scenario. A person put in the chat. Did he come back on the live? Because if he's not on the live, I'm not going to do the scenario. Put a 1 in the chat if you guys if you're here still and you wanted me to do the I think he had a property that he wanted me to do on how to avoid interest payments. The property was $285,000. I want to make sure he's here. Juan, you're here? Put that scenario in the chat, okay? Okay, you want to avoid interest? I'll break it down for you, okay? So any questions or comments in the chat before we go over the states? I'm going to give you guys the 7 states that we talked: Alaska, Florida, Nevada, South Dakota, Texas, Washington, and Wyoming. These are the areas I like to set up my corporations. Okay, Alaska, Florida, Nevada, South Dakota, Texas, Washington, and Wyoming. Alaska, Florida, Nevada, South Dakota, Texas, Washington, and Wyoming. Now, your homework is going to be to look up why I like setting up corporate structures in that state. You can set up the corporation in that state. You can create the foreign qualification for you to get the operating agreement to operate in your state. Okay, that's the steps. Again, Alaska, Florida, Nevada, South Dakota, Texas, Washington, and Wyoming. Some don't have state income tax or corporate income taxes. A lot of people like Wyoming. There's a reason why. Okay, but I'm not going to give that to you. Okay, so who has questions on stage right now? Anybody in the listening lounge have a question? All right, outstanding. Again, guys, welcome to the Winning Real Estate Show. Thank you guys for joining us. Okay, I got the scenario. Juan, what was the purchase price of that property? Let's rock the scenario out real quick. What was the purchase property of the prop? What is the purchase price of the property? Put it in the chat. Okay, now I want everybody to follow me because I'm going to show you guys real time how you can utilize this strategy to avoid paying interest on a real estate. Okay. $206,000. Okay. I got you. Okay. So, right now, guys, click the link above my head because, and get in the YouTube channel. Because if you don't see this, you're not going to understand it. Okay. Click the link above my head, get in the YouTube channel. Okay. And I'm going to show you, you're going to have to see my calculator because you're going to make a mistake if you do it without my calculator. Okay. All right, so here it is right here. We're going to use this example. What's your interest rate? What's your interest rate, brother? Put your interest rate in the chat. 3.3, I think you said. What was the interest rate on that property? Okay, he's typing, guys. That's the reason why I'm doing this. And guys, follow along with me, and I'm going to show you guys this scenario. Okay, 3.3%. Okay, all right. Put a 1 in the chat if you're on Clubhouse and you're in my YouTube channel right now, because I want everybody to get in here and click the link and get in there. I'm going to show you on the YouTube channel so you guys can actually physically see my calculator. Okay. I'm going to show this young man how to avoid interest on his house. Okay. I'm going to show him how to save 12 months off of his property. Okay. All right. Here it is right here. Okay. All right, so here's the scenario. Okay, let me see how many people are in the YouTube. I only see 9 people. We got 26 people on Clubhouse. Click the link above my head and get on the live. If you do this, if you don't see it, you're gonna mess it up because I'm only doing it one time. Okay, so he has a property at 3.3%. Okay, I'm gonna take my calculator. All right, I'm going to put 3.3 and then hit the percent sign. I should get this number. Juan, you need to do this with me. You need to do it with me so you understand it. Okay? All right. Now what I'm going to do is divide by 12 months. I should get this number, 0.00275. Okay? Now I'm going to take that and I'm going to multiply that number times the value of the property, which he said, how much was it? What did you buy the property for? 206. $206,000. You're paying $566 a month in interest. Now, let me fact check that, all right? So now what I'm going to do, I'm going to put these numbers in the chat, guys. If you're on Clubhouse and you're not on the link, you're going to mess this up, okay? So now, I'm going to tell you real quick what I did. 3.3, I pushed the percent sign. I divided by 12. I got that number. I took that number and I multiplied that times 206 is what he bought the property for, $206,000. He's paying $566.50 in interest payments every single month. Now watch this, guys. I'm going to show you guys how he can avoid paying that, all right? Put a 1 in the chat if you guys want to know how he can avoid paying that. Put a 1 in the chat if you guys want to know how he can avoid paying that money, okay? All right, here we go. All right, so now what I'm going to do, Juan, is I'm going to check my math, okay? Can you see my screen? Okay, can y'all see my screen? Okay, let me dim the light a little bit so you guys can see it a little better. All right, give me a second. Turn this down a little bit. Made it even worse. All right, here we go. I'm going to show you guys my calculator. Dang, man, TikTok, y'all tripping. All right, I'm going to put in $206,000 in my calculator, $206,000. Which is going to be my, Ian, are you there? Okay, can you pull up can you put the calculator, put any, not the Brett Whistle, but put another interest calculator in the chat, any one of them. And I want you to follow along with me. And then I need you to pull up our calculator that we use. And then I want to show him how much interest he's going to be paying, okay? So here, I'm doing it real time. You guys are going to see it on I need to figure out a way to do this a little bit better. So $206,000, the annual interest rate is 3.3%. Put these numbers in the chat. 360 months. Okay. All right. I'm going to show the amortization schedule. Boom. I'm going to make this bigger. You guys can see that. It says summary. Look at that, the calculator. It says it's going to tell you the interest payments, okay? It says the interest payments are going to be $566.50 right there. You can see it. $566. You can see my calculator. Click the link above my head. You can see it. I just showed you guys how to manually figure out how much interest that you're paying per month. Now, let me go one step further, okay? Now, on this property, he's paying $118,000 in interest to the bank to pay off $206,000 that he borrowed at a 3.3%, guys. Now watch this. So now look, I'm gonna go down to here and I'm showing you my guys. If you're just joining live, look at this stuff. If you look at month 12, in order for him to pay off $4,000. Okay, look at my calculator, guys. I'm moving it over so you guys can see the numbers. Okay, in order for him to pay off $4,089.79 of him paying down the $206 that he borrowed, guess how much the bank is going to charge him to pay off $4,089? It's going to take him $6,736 to pay off $4,000 of the loan. Now, Juan, what I'm trying to tell you, let me break this down for you. So in 1 year, look, in 1 year, okay? So I'm going down to 12 months so you guys can see my calculator. It's a little, okay. I have to, look, I'm showing it to you. Click the link above my head. You'll be able to see it. So right here, I'm going to go over. Look, month 12, that means you paid 12 months of payments. I'm scrolling over. The bank is charging you $556 a month. Okay. You're going to pay down $4,089.79 in the first year of what you borrowed. That's the principal balance. Right here, you're going to pay $6,000. The bank is going to charge you $6,736 to pay off $4,000 of your loan. Is that fair? So everybody's looking at the interest rate like, damn, the interest rate, I need a lower interest rate. The interest rate doesn't matter, guys. Now watch this. All he had to do is he closed on the loan. He wrote a check for $4,089. And then he avoids having to pay the $67.36 after he closes. Because now he drops down to month 13 of what he owes. So he just eliminates 12 months and he saved himself $6,000 because he put the money towards what he borrowed. So the bank can't charge him this $566. Put a 1 in the chat if you guys understood what I was saying, guys. I'm breaking it down for you. I don't know how else to explain it. Put a 1 in the chat if you guys understood what I was talking about. So Juan, did you like that scenario of what I just showed you? Out freaking standing. Now it gets a little quiet in here when I start showing people this stuff, man, because once I show you how to understand it, it's an eye opener. Okay. Now, ladies and gentlemen, if you guys want to get on a strategy session with me, text me. We got an event this Saturday for veterans and non-veterans. Text WIN to 760-385-8211. If you want to learn strategies like this that the rich people know. The reason why they're not telling you this stuff, man, because they want you to keep paying that money. Okay. Text WIN to 760-385-8211. I will send you guys a link. We have an event this Saturday. Okay. And then also we will be going, if you'll get the notification to where I'm coming on and giving this information away for free. Any questions or comments, put your questions in the chat. Put your, if you own a property, you guys want me to do a different one, put the loan amount in the chat and I will show you guys another one. I'll do one more. Okay. I'll do one more. Put the loan amount and the interest rate in the chat and I'll do another one. What's the website? Okay. Text me, Juan. Text WIN to 760-385-8211. I just saved you $6,000. Okay. I better get a like and at least a share. Okay. Any other questions or comments that you guys would like to propose to the stage? Any questions? All right. Welcome to the Winning Real Estate Show. I am your host, Anthony Glenn. Thank you guys for pulling up. Anybody have any questions or comments that they would like to ask on stage right now? What's up, Jacob?
Hey, Tony, it's Jacob here. Hey, I love what you're doing. You know, I've been following you for a while here, and
Yep.
I actually met with Don Daniel when he created his company many years ago. And so I love what you're doing because I was in a room a few days ago where you went into this and did a few scenarios and it was fire. It was fire. So anyway, I was talking with StackPack. I was going to say if I'd love to talk with you and your team. So just that was my quick comment and say how much value and how much heart you and your team gives in this room is much appreciated. And I love what you're doing to help families and teach this
Absolutely, man. I love
financial
that, man.
education.
So
Much respect
Jacob,
to you
shoot
and
me a
much
text
love
right
to you
now,
and your
and then
team. Let's connect,
we will
brother.
get you on the
I'd love to
calendar
work with
this
you.
week, man, so we can talk to you. Because here's the deal, guys. I think this information is essential. And then when you guys start doing this stuff, Don Daniel, man, listen, I want to give it. He does it even more in depth. I'm just giving you the wave tops. He has a scenario to where you could do it way better than I could do it. I just understand the amortization schedule and how it works. Okay. There's a lot of people that we're interconnected with where you guys can learn this stuff. Okay. When you break it down, when I break it down and show you guys like how to do this stuff and how to set up your corporate structure, how to avoid taxes, all that stuff, stop listening to people on TikTok tell you guys to go out and buy a G-Wagon. Doesn't make sense. What I was talking about earlier today is where people, oh, I'll tell you guys how to buy this G-Wagon tax-free. Why are you buying a G-Wagon that's going to depreciate over time? You can't buy a G-Wagon every year, right? It doesn't make sense. Okay? Stop looking rich and become rich by utilizing strategies and stuff. That is poor people thinking. People are like, oh yeah, you can write off your G-Wagon. I bought this Lamborghini tax-free. Goofy, you could have bought a house that you could depreciate and look, put a 1 in the chat if you guys want me to give you a scenario of why.
That's 100%. Tony, because that
Hell yeah.
car is not it's not a real asset. It's a liability. The home is an asset. Can I say one quick thing on the math of that I learned from Don Ice? So anyway, Congress about I think it was within about let's say 10 years. I'll have to Google the exact stats because I want to know. Congress passed a law because it's gotten so bad in the banking industry in America over the last tens of decades, where the way a 30-year mortgage is run is it's highway robbery where they're getting 100% profit off of you every month. So what I want to say succinctly is you have to look at your total interest percentage, not your APR. And what happened was Congress said you have to put it's in your truth and lending report. And when you go, look, I got 5% on this loan, whoop de dee. But you look and it says in the truth and lending report, your APR by definition is not the actual interest you pay. Sometimes your total interest percentage is 69%. Sometimes it's 80%. Sometimes it's, close to 100%. So that's what trips people up is compound interest is being used against
Jacob.
us
And this is
for
the
the
reason why we're
base
talking about
profit.
this stuff.
And
We
that's
give
why
Wave
we got
Talks
to
over
educate
everything. And
people
shout
and
out
let
to
them
my brother
know
Don
there's
Daniels,
a
man,
better way.
because he made
Back
me
over to you.
understand the amortization schedule better. I was already on the road of paying off my properties faster, but then when I saw how he broke it down, it gave me more information on how I could do this. Guys, listen to me. We're going live on Thursday with Elena Cardone. I'm interviewing her on the Clubhouse and YouTube. Okay, that's going to be Thursday. If you guys want to be a part of that, she's a billionaire. We're going to ask her some questions. And then, guys, we're going to talk to you guys about how you can join that process. Number 2, we're going to be Grant Cardone and I are teaching the veteran wealth formula, how you guys can invest with a veteran and build your business around veterans. If you're a realtor or a loan officer in anything where anybody, you want to be on that that live on Thursday. Okay. That's going to be a big one. And then guys, remember, if you're on TikTok and you guys want to get on a consultation call with us, text WIN, WIN to 760-385-8211. All right. Bruno, are you there? Bruno's supposed to be over here, by the way. All right. We got stuff to do, Bruno. All right. Okay. So check it out, guys. Ladies and gentlemen. All right. All right. See, it's that T-Mobile sidekick, man. You know what I'm saying? Okay. Bruno, I have a question for you.
I'm getting ready to get up
When
there.
you talk to the trust attorney, what was the trust attorney talk? Do you met with the trust attorney already, correct?
Shoot.
What did they talk about? What did it open your eyes up to?
I did, yeah. Um, Dude, you know what, man? I think that I might be a different case than other people, right? Just because of there wasn't anything that the trust attorney told me that you haven't already told me and that we haven't spoken about in this room, right? It was just them reiterating the things that we've already been talking about. So it was just more of like procedural, how to kind of go about it and a worksheet and how to put all that
Come
stuff
on, man. I'm
together.
trying to tell y'all. Listen.
But it wasn't
Okay, so
anything
Tasha, I
eye
got you. I'm gonna come
opener
to you next.
compared to
Instagram, I'm
what
coming to
we've
you
already
guys for the
spoken about.
18 people that are here. If you have a question, put your question in the chat. Today, we're talking about millionaire real estate secrets that everybody should know. Shout out to everybody that's here. Shout out to Jacob for pulling up each and every day. We appreciate you. Keep coming back, man. We'd love to have you. And Jacob, we want to know what you do. I will get on a phone call with you today. Okay, today I'm gonna have a conversation with you. And I got Pete that says a car is best purchased as a business rather than a personal asset. Okay, it all depends, man. Okay, A car is a depreciating asset. The useful life of it is not, it's not going to generate money unless you're using it for something. So again, if you're buying a cars for your business, that's cool, but just know that car is not going to last 27 and a half years. Okay. So I would rather buy, instead of buying a G-Wagon for $175,000. Okay. Let's do this case study. Okay. Put a 1 in the chat if you guys want to go G-Wagon versus a property. Let's do that. Put a 1 in the chat if you guys could go G-Wagon versus a property, okay? G-Wagon versus a property. And the tax rules have changed also. So you can't write the whole thing off anymore. Y'all know that, right? Okay. So listen, all right, here we go. What does a G-Wagon cost, man? Does anybody know? Let me Google this real quick. What does a G-Wagon cost? Okay, hold on, let me see. G-Wagon, I'm gonna look one up real quick. 2024 G-Wagon. Okay, I'm Googling it right quick. I want to see how much these things cost, man. Because how much? Jacob, was that you?
143K.
How much did they cost?
I'm
Oh
here in
man,
Cali. I
man,
got a
Jacob, I need to roll
2024
with you,
for
man. You got G-Wagons?
143K.
Okay, all right, man. Hey,
143.
I love it. I freaking love it, man. Okay, so 100. Let's go 150. Let's do a nice round number. Everybody put 150,000 in the chat. Okay, so let's do a case study: G-Wagon versus real estate. All right, here we go. Right now, guys, I'm looking at a G-Wagon. Okay, so let me see here. I'm gonna pull my calculator up. Okay. All right. So standard mileage rates, self-employed individuals can claim 65 cents per mile, 2024 miles driven. Okay. And then we're going to talk about writing off a business for the maximum first year depreciation write-off is $12,200 plus up to an additional $8,000 in bonus depreciation for vehicles. Okay. So the rules have changed, guys. Okay. And this is irs.gov. Okay. So I'm giving it to you real time, and I'm gonna put the link in the chat so you guys have it. Copy. I'm gonna paste this in the chat. No. It's okay. So here it is right here. I'm gonna read it. Okay. Business owners and self-employed individuals. Okay. I'm reading it. Hold on just a second. All right. So depreciation, lease payments, gas and oil, tires, repairs, tune-ups, insurance, and registration. Okay. So it says using the standard, okay, taxpayers who want to use standard mileage for rates, taxpayers who want to use standard mileage for rates. Okay, let me see. I'm gonna pull up the publication 535. Okay, so that's what it is. It's gonna tell you your expenses and how you can do it. Okay, and then I'm gonna put it in the chat about from the IRS. Now remember, I'm not a tax professional, a CPA or enrolled agent, right? But let's just go I'm going to give you the 411. Okay. All right. So here it is. So $150,000 car. Somebody post something in the chat, man, because I don't see my chat right now. Okay. Ian, are you there? Put this in the chat. Matter of fact, Ian, I'm gonna need your help. I want you to put the link in the chat with can you rent off a business vehicle? Just Google that and look and put IRS behind it and give me the tax code. Okay. Put that in the chat. All right. So now we're going to go $150,000 G-Wagon. Okay. Now, my brother, what is your monthly payment for that G-Wagon, Jacob? I know you probably wrote a check for it. You know what I'm saying? All right. Jacob.
Oh, that wow! That
Hey, that's what
internet
I'm talking
messed
about,
with
man.
the
Put a fire
your
emoji in the
earwaves.
chat if
I said
Jacob,
I
you
was
want
just
Jacob to
looking
have
it
that
up. I don't
G-Wagon
have
because I
mine
want one
yet,
too,
but
man. I ain't gonna
when I
lie,
get
man.
it,
I
I'll
want
let
that
you know.
electric one that's supposed to be coming out, man. You know what I'm saying? Jacob got me over here wishing on a star. One day, man. All right. I am Bruno will tell you I am cheap. Okay. Bruno will know about this car stuff better than anyone because he's on the hey, if I get this car, what can I write off? Okay. Ian, Can you get, I'm going to come to you next. And Bruno, can you talk about this? I want to talk about this, right? We're going G-Wagon versus a piece of real estate. So right now, I want you guys to put 150,000 in your calculator and divide by 27.5. Do that for me. 150,000 divided by 27.5. Somebody give me that number, please. Put this in the chat. Put it in the chat right now for you guys that are on here. Okay. What's that number? Man, y'all slow, man. Y'all supposed to be helping me out. Okay. I got it. All right. Boom. 150,000 divided by 27.5. 5454. Okay. So 5454, 5,454. Okay. This is going to be my tax deduction every single year for owning that property for 27 years. So already that's called the useful life of the property. That means that's called depreciation. Everybody put that in the chat right now. Depreciation. Claudia Clinton, I see 4,125, 4 million. What is that number? Tell me what that number is, and I'll do whatever you want me to do with that number. So that means that I get a tax deduction of $5,454 with depreciation for owning that property. Now, appreciation. Put appreciation in the chat. $150,000. The properties in America are increasing in value over the last, Ian, Google this for me. Okay. What is the average appreciation of homes over the percentage over the last 3 years? Okay. No, let's do it even easier. Let's do this year. Let's go this year. Let's make it the plan. Let's level the playing field. What is the appreciation projection of homes in America 2024? Let's do that. Appreciation of homes percentage in America 2024. Let's do that. I'll tell you now, Ian, let me know when you got the number. Let me know. Let's pause right quick while I'm doing a reset. Ian, I want you to give me that number. Okay. What is the projected appreciation of homes in America 2024? Put the number in the chat. What do you guys think? 3%, 4%, 5%, 6%, 7%, 8%? What percentage do you believe that houses are going to go up in 2024? What percentage?
Hey, while they're figuring that out, is it a percentage of
Okay,
appreciation?
so that means that yes. So a depreciation means that Uncle Sam is going to. Okay, so I got 4% in the chat. Okay, Ian, what do you got? What's that? Ian? 3%. Okay. So let's do this. 150,000
from the Forbes list.
That means my property is going to go up in value. 3% times 3% equals. That means that I'm going to make my property is going to go up in value $4,500 to include what I'm paying down on what I owe. That's appreciation and depreciation. 54 tax benefit for owning that property, 4,500 for me appreciating, and then I'm actually paying into something that goes down. Okay. So just with that alone, okay. Now let's look at the other side where we get the G-Wagon. Boom. I write off the G-Wagon. I get the deduction, right? All right. So Ian, did you find out what the deduction was for cars in 2020, 2024, the rules for deducting business vehicles? I can't hear you, brother. You're on mute.
I put the bylaw in the IRS code that states how it's done, but I don't have the exact.
I'm gonna do it right now, man. Okay, section 179 deductions. Okay, right here. Somebody put 179. Section 179. Okay, and the reason why I'm telling you guys this is that this is the reason why you guys want to know this. Section 179 deduction applies to four-wheel vehicle, passenger cars, SUVs, trucks, and vans used for businesses at least 50% of the time, okay? So let's look this up real quick and then say what the new rule is for deducting vehicles, okay? All right, so I'm gonna put this in here, boom. All right. If you use your car for business purposes, you may deduct the entire cost of ownership and operation subject to the limits discussed. However, if you use the car for both business and personal purposes, you may deduct only the cost of its business use. You can generally figure out the amount of your deductible car expense by utilizing one or two methods: the standard mileage rate method or the actual expense method. If you qualify to use both methods, you may want to figure out your deduction both ways before choosing a method to see which one gives you the larger deduction. This is topic number 510 in the IRS. Stop listening to TikTok. Go straight to the IRS source. Okay? For the standard mileage rate for the cost of operation. So that means if you're driving around that freaking G-Wagon and you bought that G-Wagon and you're using it for personal uses and you get caught, good luck. The IRS is going to take your lunch money. For the standard mileage rate for the cost of operating your car for business, standard mileage rates apply. Publication 463, travel, entertainment, gifts, and car expenses to use for standard mileage rate. You must own at least the car and you must not operate 5 or more cars at the same time as a fleet. You must not have claimed a depreciation deduction for the car using any method other than the straight line method. You must not have claimed Section 179 deduction. You must not have claimed the special depreciation allowance on the car, and you must not have claimed actual expenses on 1997 of the car on a lease. Stop listening to TikTok tell you that you can write off the car. Go to the IRS, is going to tell you. Okay? Now, which one would you rather have? The real estate that's printing money for you for the $150,000 appreciation and depreciation, $5,454 tax deduction to lower your taxable income. Okay. And you could create a limited liability company and fund your pension. Or do you want to look cool in the G-Wagon? Where the car, the useful life of the car is maybe 5 years. A depreciating asset. You take that deduction and then you're good. So guys, stop listening to these people on TikTok tell you that, oh yeah, just go buy an SUV, you're good. Yeah, that might work one time, but listen, if they find out you're utilizing it for anything else and you're not using the straight line method or Section 179 deduction, you're going to get in trouble. All right. Now,
So this thing was built out for like work vehicles, like if you have a work truck or anything like that. So that's like the big picture that you want to try that this thing was meant for. These are all just a bunch of different little schemes that people are trying to post on TikTok to get people excited about wanting luxury items. But in reality, this is something that works for you. If you have a business that owns lots of machinery, it could be a good play to get you an extra bit of tax advantage on your business, though, because these vehicles that are these large, if you have like a 1-ton pickup truck that you
yeah,
use for hauling machinery back and forth for your excavating business, like that's kind of the thing that this rule is designed
if you're
around.
utilizing it for business and you can
Back to you,
do,
Tony.
So, Ian, does my
and
snowplow
and you can
qualify
use
for
it for
this?
now Google amortize. Look, this is something I guarantee
I
you,
was
you guys
joking,
don't know
Tony. I
this.
don't have a
Okay,
snowplow.
put a
I'm
1 in
just
the chat if
joking.
you guys want me to give y'all one more real estate nugget. Okay, one more nugget. Okay, I want y'all to look up amortized depreciation. Amortized depreciation. Okay, amortized depreciation. Okay. Depreciation and amortize are ways to calculate assets value over a period of time. Depreciation is the most of the asset value over time. Okay. Amortized depreciation means that you can depreciate equipment, books, recipes, all types of other stuff. So if you guys got stuff of value, there's all types of stuff. That's called amortized depreciation. Okay. Now, okay. Any questions about what we talked about today? Whew. How long have I been? Sure, go ahead, jump in.
No, I did want to. I don't have a question, but I want to add something. Yeah. So, one of the things that I took the class when it was offered last year, that's coming up this Saturday, and it landed at a time that I was about to travel back home to spend some time with my family. So I was loaded up with all this information, and so the way that I used it was I started planting seeds with my mom and the people that when we went to family brunch to talk about what we were going to do with family properties that they had inherited from my grandparents. Like one of the houses, my grandfather, he was a World War II vet, and he paid 14K for his house in 1968. His mortgage payments were like $100 a month. And so we hadn't had like a family conversation about this type of thing until somebody was in hospice or someone had been diagnosed, and it was just too emotional and too hard. And so we really appreciated these seeds being planted about how we can be more thoughtful. And I told my mom your story, Tony, about your watches and the watches that you were going to leave to your son. And I wanted to say this because a lot of times when you talk about these tools, you talk about them in terms of Grant Cardone and what the wealthy do and the rich do, but good tools are good tools and you can use them until you get wealthy.
Mm-hmm.
And so my mom and I had this conversation Sunday about my grandmother's jewelry and how she's been apologetic to me about this jewelry because I bought some pieces for my grandmother was a church lady, and I bought her these statement necklaces when I traveled. But my
Mm.
mother was emotional as she should have been, grieving as she should have been, and she just gave all the jewelry to my aunt. And so we've been having this conversation for 10 or 11 years about a line that could have been in a trust that clarified, because my grandmother was of course thinking, of course this would go back to Risa. That's nobody calls me Clarissa. Of course it would all go back to Risa. She gave it to me. And so I was just wanting to say, for ladies who think, not just ladies, but ladies who think, of course my shoes would all go to my niece. Of course all my purses would go to my sister. You know, the of courses that we believe when it's time to distribute the deceased properties is not as obvious as we think it would be. So I've heard a lot of people in my family say things like, oh, I don't have anything worth anything. But, I've had over the years a lot of first edition books, and I've gone to many book signings. And so I just wanted to say that just because these are presented as tools for the wealthy, not having to make those decisions in a time when you're trying to grieve is so helpful. And if you've been through it, if you know, you know. If you haven't, using a trust to delineate specifically who gets what just removes one more decision that has to be made on the worst day of your life, the worst week of your life. Because you're trying to grieve. You don't want to distribute property. And I just wanted to add that because when I took the
That's what I'm
class,
talking about, man.
it was like 2 weeks
That's a good
before I
story. What
got
she's
to
talking
sit
about with
down
my
with my
watches,
family.
guys,
And it was
anytime
very
I sign
helpful.
any important documents or anything, I wear watches. And I always have it. I wear my watch on my right hand because I'm a lefty. So, my son will get all of my watches, and then it's sentimental to him. All of the watches are not expensive, like this one that I have on right now. Okay, this is a nice one, but this is my everyday watch. Okay, and then my son, I've signed a lot of important documents with this watch. So when I pass away, the watch is serialized. Okay. So my son knows that he's going to get, he doesn't know, but my son, it says in there, you will inherit these watches. And then one day he'll be on the podium talking about this watch my father owned. You ever seen those things on, and maybe I'm just goofy like that, but my dad wore this watch when he bought this property that I'm standing in front of, 20 years ago, So these little things, right? Or, the example with the precious jewelry that's been in the family for years. I'm telling you right now, vultures are going to come out when you're transferring assets. I'm telling you. My own mother, let me share a personal story with you guys. My biological mother, the day that my grandmother
They
died, I
do.
flew
They
out
do.
to
And
Virginia.
you,
Okay. And I'm telling you guys this because I'm being transparent, and it might not be the best. Oh, I can't believe you said that about your mother. But my mother and I don't have the best relationship. Her mother died. Her own mother died. Okay. And my sister was the responsible one. She left all of her stuff in my sister's control. Now, the day that I got into Fredericksburg, Virginia, they expedited the if you guys didn't know, during COVID, you know, you either expedite the burial or you're gonna have to postpone the burial. And we had to expedite it. So she died on like a Monday, and then we had the Tuesday, and then the funeral was Friday. That's how quick it went. So I got my ticket. I flew into Virginia on a Thursday, the day before getting ready for and I got there at like 3:00 in the morning from driving, and I had an overnight flight, and I was laying down on the couch, and my mother came in and said, "Hey, did your sister talk about the life insurance policy?" I'm like, "Your mom just died, man. Your mom just died, and we talking about the life insurance policy at 3:00 in the morning, thinking somebody trying to take something from you?" She worked at a church her whole life. Life insurance policy is not even enough money to bury her. That's what was on my own mother's mind, man. So I'm telling you guys, people, when it comes to things, if they feel they're entitled to something, you know, it's going to get ugly. So make sure that you guys create a trust to where you have everything drawn out. I shared 2 stories. The one with my father's assets, us not getting a dime. And then I shared another story where you know, with my mother, burying her own mother. She was more concerned about the life insurance policy than she was putting a mother in the ground with a daughter. And my sister is responsible, man. Me and my sister, man, like, we don't need our grandmother's money, man. Like, she had 2 life insurance policies. I think they were like $18,000 in total. Okay. So Clarissa, thank you for sharing that. I wasn't going to share that story, but let me get back to the conversation, man. Anybody have any comments or questions about these stories, man? Because the reason why I share these stories with you is because we want you guys to win. The only thing that prints money in your life is, I got you, Tasha, I'm going to come to you next, is a piece of real estate and an LLC. That's the reason why we're telling you guys about this stuff. Go ahead, Tasha, jump in.
Okay, thank you. And this is totally on topic, going from what Bruno said. Like, all of you guys have established business, you've set up your trusts, and you do drop some very high level gems. And I do my due diligence and I do my research. So what I want to ask, I have 2 children. I had a 10-year-old boy and I have a 21-year-old daughter. And I'm about to buy my first property. I want to establish a trust. Now, my hang
Hold
up
on.
is I'm
Tasha,
trying
what you frying over
to
there? Is that the rain?
figure out how I want to set up a trust. Right now, I'm
Oh,
leaning
listen to
towards
my hungry
revocable
ass.
living.
And I thought you was cooking some food, man.
That's the rain. I'm out in the garage. My
Yeah,
mom is
man,
loud
whatever
as
she
hell.
cooking, it sound good, man.
Oh, no, I did just have a breakfast free, but no, I apologize for the background noise. But no, I'm thinking I'm considering establishing a revocable living trust for a short time, but I don't know if that's the way to go because my daughter's a veteran, her husband is active duty. I'm trying to get her interested in listening to and moving in this direction because it's information she should know. And I'm trying to help her out, but she's not showing any interest in it. And I'm not going to gift her something without her doing the work. It's not the same as my 10-year-old son. You know what I mean? So I guess what I'm asking, in my situation, would you guys set up a revocable living trust, or do you guys have, like, I mean, everybody's got young kids. I'm sure I'm the only person in the group with kids that are 10 years apart. But what would you do in my situation as far as a trust for the house? Like, I want to put her on it eventually. I
Name the
need her to
first 2
show
people right
interest
now that you
and
trust in
some
your
kind
life.
of initiative before I'm comfortable putting
Name
her
them.
on there.
Yeah.
Um,
Okay, your aunt and your
that is
mother.
not me.
Okay, so this is not financial advice, but
My aunt
okay, so
and
set up the
my
trust.
mother.
Okay, make your aunt one of the people who are responsible for making sure that your kid is good to go, and then put provisions in place to where the property stays in your name. I mean, in the trust name. That's how easy it is. Don't overthink it, right? And then make your son and your daughter the beneficiary of the house, and then the holding company that you have within the trust, or even the operating agreement. You don't even have to have a holding company. The operating agreement within the trust could say the kids. It's going to take the kid. The two aunts are going to decide in the event that I buy this property, and they have to maintain a 3.0 grade point average in order to go to school or whatever. Or you could say my mom is going to help he cannot make a decision on selling that, because the person that you put in there is not going to be able to, whatever provisions that you put in the trust and you draw out, it's gonna stay in there. I'll give you an example. All of my properties, I have some of the people that are here on this room, that when I pass away, they're going to run the business. My kids 9 and 10. I mean 10 and 12. Okay? They can't run 7 businesses. So I have specific instructions to where friends of mine, okay, that I trust, that y'all see every day, that will say, hey, you guys will be members of the trust. I mean, you guys are going to be successor trustees. And then basically you're going to carry out the provisions of the business. You guys will have stake in the companies that I've created, but my kids are going to be majority shareholders or members in the company. So then that means that all 7 businesses that I started, they can't run the business. So I'll give you an example. Connie is in the businesses. She's going to be making sure that the companies continue to run, and the trust owns the business. And then the beneficiaries of that is going to be the kids. So the kids will get paid. And then, once they get of age, then the board members in the holding company are going to make decisions on who's going to be voted in and voted out and take ownership, right? I have specific provisions in my operating agreement on what's going to happen to my estate. So for you, it's just one property. So you could say, hey, my daughter has to buy a property before she is able to do anything with the property that I get.
Unknown caller.
I'm sorry. I don't know how phone calls are coming through. Did I answer your question, Tasha? So my suggestion, sit down with a trust attorney. I have one for you. I'll send the information. Go set up an appointment, and then he'll help you make the decision.
Yes, that's perfect. Yep, that was perfect. I just like you talk a lot about it, but just digging a little bit
Absolutely.
deeper, getting
Ladies
an
and gentlemen, thank
idea
you for
of
joining the
what I'll be
Winning
dealing
Real
with
Estate
and what I
Show.
need to
I am your
think
host,
about before
Anthony
I sit
Glenn. I have
down with
my friends that are
anybody.
rocking
Like
out on
that
the
was
ones and
perfect.
twos.
Thank you.
Put a fire emoji in the chat if you guys enjoyed this conversation today. Guys, listen to me. We will be having Thursday. I will be interviewing a billionaire. Okay, so if you guys want to be in in the room on Thursday in Clubhouse, so guys, if you guys are on the social media platforms, make sure you hit that like and subscribe button on TikTok. 4,000 likes today, 13 people here, 3 shares. Really appreciate you guys pulling up today. And then also, guys, we have an event called the Veteran Wealth Formula with Grant Cardone on Saturday. If you guys want to get on a consultation call with me, text WIN to 760-385-8211. Again, text WIN to 760-385-8211. For those of you, if you want the trust thing, text trust. If you want the LLC, text LLC, and I will send you guys the free YouTube channel so you guys could go step by step on that, because I can't break it down on Clubhouse or TikTok. You want to be able to see examples and then get an example of how to set this stuff up. Guys, this has been a phenomenal show. Anybody have any questions or comments before we shut down the space?
Tony, real quick, I just wanted to give a shout out and say thank you. I was when I forget the name. The last woman was sharing about that family situation and the bereavement. I was remembering the story you shared. It was probably months and months ago about your father. So I just I just want to say thank you for getting this information out there and sharing your real stories and being vulnerable and saying, "Hey, look, this is what it is. I'm trying to help you. I'm trying to share the good news and get it done and move it forward here." So I just love your spirit and I love the
Man, I
vibes
love
in
that,
this
man. You know
room
what,
and
man? The
everything you're
reason why we're
doing and
doing
your
this stuff
team.
is
So
because,
much love and
man, I want
peace
y'all
out.
to
Many
win, man.
blessings
If I
to
could say
everybody
one
here.
thing, look, we spend hours. Think about it. We do 3 hours at a time, 3 days a week, 9 hours, 10 hours on social media. You know how much commitment that takes? It's very taxing. Okay. But we do it because this is what we're supposed to do, man. This will pay off, guys. I'm telling you, I know it's going to pay off. I don't care if it's one person, 10 people. I'm going to show up each and every day. And I have a question for you, man. How do you show up when you're disappointed, man? How do you show up when you're tired? How do you show up when you don't want to do it, man? It's not for you, okay? The reason why you get that pressure is because on the other side of that is wisdom. And if you can push through whatever you're going through, guys, whatever, divorce, everything else, all of that is just rain, man. It goes away. But sometimes this stuff happens for you. It's not happening to you. It happens for you to wash away things so it can make room for new things. So if you lost your job, it's probably because you're about to get a better one. You got to believe in the process. But if you stay stuck on the freeway that's supposed to be movement, you're going to get hit or you're going to get passed by. So stop procrastinating, plug into what we're trying to do. Come here, show up. Okay. And if you show up, if you hang around the record store, you're going to get some music. Okay. I'm telling you guys, keep coming in here. Keep listening to the information. Sometimes I know it's a little bit redundant with different things, but there's so much information. And I promise you, if we could say one thing that could change everything in your life, we want to do it for you, okay? Because this information, we're trying to show you how to save money. We're giving you access to billionaires and millionaires that have made a lot of mistakes. And guess what? How many wealthy people are coming up here telling you the game for free and not asking for anything? We're only asking you for digital currency. We're coming here because this is my testimony, okay? All right? I'm here because God told me that I need to be here. I'm here because I have been given the gift of gab to be able to teach, okay? So if this is my gift, I'm going to appreciate my gift and share my gift and share the good news with people. Okay. And the reason why I do it is because I want more stars in the sky, man. I don't want to be the only star. It's lonely at the top, guys. Imagine the Christmas tree, man. The people at the top is the most vulnerable and it's the most lonely. So guess what? I want people to come on here and say, "Hey, Tony, I got my property. Hey, I set up my trust. I made that phone call. I forgave my friend, Hey, I'm bringing my friend in here. Share this information out, man. There's only 13 people on TikTok. I've been talking for an hour and a half, right? I don't care about you writing notes. I want you to apply the information so you can get the receipts, so you can share what you've learned with other people. That is your true value. How many people are you helping get to where you're at? If you got a job, every last one of you have every single person on this live right now has something that they're very good at, but nobody knows. The only way other people are going to know is that you're going to have to share what you know with other people so they can become who you are. Okay? So thank you, brother, for those kind words. I really appreciate you guys pulling up. Guys, remember, we'll be going live tomorrow also in the Mortgage Syndicate. I will be on live in the Mortgage Syndicate. I will be cooking from 6 a.m. Pacific Standard Time all the way to 9. If you're a realtor, you want to become a partner with us, text WIN to 760-385-8211. If you guys want more information about the YouTube channel or anything, I will let you guys know anything that you need to know. I'm good at war. Okay. All right. I got you, brother. 760-385-8211. Again,
Hey, could you repeat that number one more time, please?
760-385-8211. If you guys want to be a part of what we're doing, you guys want anything, plug into us on our YouTube channel. We have so much information. If you want the LLC information, I will send you that episode. If you want the trust information, I'll send you that episode today. And guys, all I need for you to do is like it. That's it. I can't go viral if I don't ask people to like what I'm doing. Okay. So I appreciate you guys. We will see you guys tomorrow. Have a good day. Thank you guys for the support. Great room.